order. Pledge allegiance.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Trustee Alina Horkey here. Trustee Ken Jaworski. Trustee Timothy Miles.
Here.
Trustee Gary Lizette.
Here.
Supervisor Charter.
Here.
Treasurer Ost. Here. And Clerk Leesner.
Okay. We have a motion to adopt or revise the agenda for this evening.
Yes, I'll make a motion to revise the agenda. One, under roll call, we can adjust the spelling of my name. Again. But I would also, like to add this, to new business, a discussion to have a committee to review planning commission candidates, applications, and recommend to the board.
Support.
Discussion? So you are proposing a board committee, how many, 3 members?
3.
3-member board committee to review the applicants for the planning commission and make a recommendation to the supervisor for those positions.
Yes.
And we have a motion and a support.
I also have a revision.
We can vote, do we have to vote on that one first?
Let's do the first one. I just didn't want you to
Okay.
close it off.
Okay. Motion to appoint a 3-person board committee. Is that gonna be supervisor appointed or board appointed?
We can discuss who.
Okay. I'm looking for that. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next revision?
I would like to add, after new business, a second public comment section on agenda items.
We have a motion to add to the agenda a agenda item, public comment after new business.
Support.
Discussion? Any more discussion?
This would be agenda items only, right? Gary?
This is on agenda items. The first public comment will be on non-agenda items.
Gotcha.
Even though it doesn't say that. Well, we need to discuss that.
This
Because
would be the
in
time.
my opinion, the citizens wanna comment on what we have discussed in their old business and new business. Therefore, it would be under agenda items. The first citizens' comment has been for over 20 years, is on non-agenda items. That's the way we used to do it.
I had gotten the impression from the people who've been saying that it was the other, that they wanted a comment section before agenda items, so that they could comment on what we were about to vote on, not what we had already done.
It's been my experience that no matter what we do, we're gonna get input from the citizens, which we should, as to how we're supposed to run this thing. But for over 20 years, we had one comment. It was at the beginning, it was on non-agenda items. There was never a second citizens' comment time. So we're trying to alleviate a concern, because the items that were expressed was that, okay, we've done all our business, and the citizens don't get to comment on what we've done. This way we take care of both of them, but it's up to the board.
Yeah, it was brought to my attention that the reason the first comment was agenda items, so the public could express their concern on something we're voting for before we vote on it. And then the second public comment would be on non-agenda items to bring up whatever they would like to discuss with us as a board, not on the agenda.
Maybe we should just change it to citizens' comments,
So,
period.
to say that would be my friendly amendment, is leave the public comment limited to 4 minutes before, and then add another public comment limited to 4 minutes after for this meeting until we can decide the proper order of what we want.
I think that's,
We need to
Okay.
revise.
they're gonna
the
say what they're
motion.
gonna say.
So that's my
anyway.
friendly revision, if
Sure.
anybody supports. Sorry.
No, sorry.
Any further discussion? Okay, we have a revised revision to the motion to keep the public comment, at the beginning, on agenda and non-agenda items, add a public comment after new business, and on agenda or non-agenda items,
Both at limit 4 minutes, correct?
both at limit 4 minutes. Support for the revision,
Support.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Motion passed. Okay. Approval of budget workshop minutes held on February 24th, 2026, and waive the reading as such. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Support.
We have a motion to approve the budget workshop minutes and waive the reading. Seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, approval of regular meeting minutes held on February 24th, 2026, and waive the reading of such. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Support.
A motion and a support to approve the regular meeting minutes held on February 24th, 2026, and waive the reading of such. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Approval of special meeting minutes held on February 26th, 2026, and waive the reading of such. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Support.
We have a motion and a support to approve the special meeting minutes held on February 26th, 2026, and waive the reading of such. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Okay, any correspondence?
None.
No correspondence. Okay, this is the time for our first public comment. Please come up to the podium, state your name, and the time is limited to 4 minutes.
We should write it in the thing too. so-
Yeah, if you could, please sign here.
Hello, and good evening, everybody, the board, the people of Dundee, Frenchtown, and myself from Berlin. I come before you today as a concerned citizen of Berlin Township. Primary reason for my concern being that, as we speak, there is as many as 10 to 16 townships that are being targeted by data centers, with Dundee being one of them. Ladies and gentlemen, this feels more like an invasion by big tech and corporations on our beautiful state for our natural resources and profits. And if I'm being completely honest, I know that we, the people, are tired of this, and that we, the people, are putting our feet down. We are tired of watching the industrialization of our land and water. We are tired of seeing the complete disregard for not only our wildlife, but our children as well. The fact that my board is considering a data center directly next to Niedermeyer Elementary School is all the evidence that I needed to see of that. It's not only a genuine concern, but a downright fear that the boards are no longer serving the best interests of our communities, but for the very corporations that are trying to buy us out. And my additional concern being that there seems to be a common theme of a lack of transparency to the people, and I can speak for so many from all 3 of our townships, who are only just learning of these proposals within days of the meetings at best, and if they even knew of the meetings at all. And furthermore, I've been made aware that you don't want to have to pay to have these impact studies done. Instead, wanting to once again rely on the same corporations coming here to do them, despite multiple university studies having shown when sponsors and money is involved, the results will favor the sponsor and the financier. I can honestly go on and on all day to the detriments of data centers to the people, the environment, and our communities. However, I have come to offer some alternatives as opposed to complaints. Why has it not been considered that we branch out into a whole new industry of ecotourism? I have friends nationally and internationally that I could advertise this to when they're looking to go on vacation. And I'd ask you the same question that I asked the Berlin and Frenchtown boards. Shall we show them our data centers? Or shall we showcase all that our communities have to offer and restore the land all in one? And all I'm saying for you is that you have options. Listen to your community and the alternative proposals that they have to offer. We have the chance to truly build something special here, to really get the community involved. And I can't really elaborate, to be honest with you, on more of this, just because of the time limits here. But I'll be happy to stick around and answer some questions and kind of give more feedback on proposals or ideas that you guys could run with. But thank you for your time. I hope you have a great rest of your evening.
Thank
And
you.
thank you for listening.
I'm sorry, what was your name?
Kurt Smith.
Kurt Smith, all right, thank you.
Hi, Kim Jarmo, and I'm from Frenchtown Township. And today our board proposed a moratorium to go to I guess apparently we have to go to our planning commission with it before they can sign it. So they did that today, 6 months. Can't believe it. It's been quite a battle. But your citizens feel the same as ours. They don't want cloverleaf. We want to hit the highway southbound. We don't even want it in our state, you guys. We constantly email them, go away, we don't like that, go away. I mean, we don't want them. And they're tricky, they lie, they're deceiving. And our board was working with them to do our zoning, of all things. They were planning our zoning. And luckily, we petitioned successfully, we hope. We got 175 over, it takes a long time to count all them. So we don't have it officially yet, but we petitioned the best, and we're praying to God that we get to go to polls with that, because we don't want it. It's a huge hazard, especially fire. I mean, it's environmental, it's bad. And, we have a lot of conflicts in our board. Well, Berlin has 3, maybe 4.
4.
Yeah, we have Al, and of course we have Yule, thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks. But, yeah, and unfortunately we can't recall him, but, we're dealing with whatever you wanna call him. So, my point to you guys is, let's work together. That's what we wanna do with our board. We wanna work together on moving forward and get away from this data center invasion and all the chaos that's causing our communities. We know you guys are probably just as tired as our board is, and we are. And I know your citizens are. It's tiresome. It's an invasion. So I really hope you guys will shoot down anything for data centers, and that you guys will do your zoning to protect, not to accommodate. And I hope your citizens keep a very close eye on that, because it matters. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jill Schoenevar. It's SCHENAVAR. I just wanted to come to, this is my first time, I'm from Frenchtown Township with my friends. I just want to tell you, your board right off the bat, you guys actually engage. Your eyes, your face, you are actually listening to Kurt when he was speaking. I want to tell you thank you. Our board does not do that. You know what they do? They write emails and they go on Facebook. So I want to say thank you. I mean, we have proof. I mean, we have video. But I wanted to tell you, as a resident of another township, you guys actually looked at us. So I'd like to say thank you. That's huge.
Yeah, for real.
Especially
Thank
when
you.
I drive 40 minutes away and you guys are actually paying attention.
Mhm.
So I wanted to say thank you. Again, I'm here to support the residents. We don't want a data center. They don't want a data center. And I'm sure some of you guys don't want a data center too, but I know you can't say that. And that's okay. But I just want to say thank you, and I'll be back. My friends and I will bring some more if needed, but we don't mind. But thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you.
My name is Elliot Whitcomb. I live in Azalea, technically off of the Dundee Azalea Road, right behind the proposed data center location. It's not the first time I've yacked about this up here. While it's not on the agenda this evening, I am here to speak in regards to the ongoing subject of the potential data center along Ann Arbor Road. We've all been discussing this subject for a while now, so I'm gonna try to stick with recent and relevant data center news. It might sound at first like I'm kind of going on tangents, but I promise I'm gonna bring it home. Just a month ago, the Super Bowl featured a commercial for Amazon's Ring cameras introducing their Search Party AI feature, where customers can elect to allow Amazon's AI system to selectively tap into your Ring camera's feed whenever it sees fit. Not you, not a person, but an automated system. An automated system with questionable lines of accountability, as AI regulations remain volatile and loosey-goosey, especially given their phenomenal growth during such a short span of time. Given the fact that artificial intelligence models are being used in large-scale situations, such as targeting systems for military weaponry, the possible damage from mistakes is grand in scale, but accountability for these mistakes largely disappears into the ether. On February 28th, over 150 people, largely children, lost their lives in Iran when a school was struck by a Tomahawk missile. That strike is under investigation at the moment, and while there has been no definitive conclusion reached, one of the possibilities is that the school was selected by an AI-based targeting system due to photographs on file from a decade ago, back when that same school building was part of an IRGC naval compound. And then days later, Amazon reported that some of its data centers in the Middle East had been damaged by Iran drone strikes, a tactic that successfully disrupted cloud services in the area. The United States military utilizes Anthropic's Claude as its current AI system of choice, although the two are currently having a lover's quarrel. If you're unaware, Anthropic has drawn a line in the sand saying that they refuse to allow the Department of Defense to use Claude for domestic mass surveillance, like you and me and our children, or autonomous weapon systems. The Department of Defense has begun courting OpenAI for a potential relationship without such limitations. Simultaneously, Amazon and OpenAI are becoming great teammates. Amazon just announced a few weeks ago that they'll be providing over $100 billion in funding to OpenAI over the next 8 years. These names that I keep repeating are the same ones that Cloverleaf keeps pitching as potential end users. It's becoming clear that we still don't fully understand the scope of impact that data centers and their end users have on our society right now, much less long term. What I can say is that every day that passes provides me with reasons on top of reasons on top of reasons as to why I don't want this around me, my kid, my home, my town. None of this is even speculation. All of this is from the past 4 weeks alone. So at the very least, I am here to ask that the data center moratorium be extended as soon as possible, if possible, and to stress once more that a data center will give nothing to this community, but we are learning more and more what they can take from us. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Hi, Nancy Vanderbilt. I wanted to talk a little bit about the tax incentives that we give out. Gary, you've mentioned a few times that it's only 10 or 12 years, right? For
I
tax
missed the
incentives.
first part of your presentation.
I'm sorry. I was gonna talk about tax incentives
Oh, okay.
that could be given to data centers or any other large corporation or small ones, I suppose. I wanted to speak about that and whether to grant tax incentives for a data center. Under Michigan law, you are not required to grant an industrial facilities tax exemption. That is a discretionary decision. You have the right and the legal power to say yes, and you have the legal power to say no. And that decision should not be should be based on whether it truly serves the long-term interest of Dundee Township residents, not just a developer. The public has made its position clear. Residents have shown up to meetings, we've spoken during public comment, we've signed petitions, we've organized. The message has been consistent. This community does not want to sacrifice its future for a project that provides so little in return. That's a lot of industrial land that we're giving up for this. This is gonna be probably it for us, isn't it? As far as any other industrial corporation coming in, that's our property there that we've zoned for industrial. And we're not gonna get much of a return on it, that's my concern. And for us to even use tax incentives to lure them to our community would be ridiculous. So I'm asking you not to go down that road. If this is shoved down our throats, please don't give them an incentive. Don't give them anymore. State's already given them an incentive. We don't need to give them one. Thank you for your time.
Any other citizens for comment? Thank you, everyone. We will now move on to official reports, starting with the library.
I'm just gonna move this so I can look at everybody and then get real nervous when I look at everybody, but I'll do it anyhow. So I'm Jennifer Graneski. I am an area supervisor with the Monroe County Library System. One of my branches is the Dundee branch. So I come, talk to the Township Board and share with them what's going on at the Dundee branch. Our local branches, the buildings are supported by the local governments. So the people and the stuff are supported with the Monroe County Library System millage. But those local buildings are supported by your local governments. Ours is with the Dundee Township Board. So I let them know what's going on. This happens to be a statistics report, so I know that's super exciting. So I have statistics for January. In January, we had the third highest circulation of all of the Monroe County branches. So first was Bedford, and then Ellis, and then it was us. It's only by a couple hundred items, but I'll take it. Usually Dorsch comes in third. I am guessing the cold weather affected all of us. We were down by about 100 items from January 2025. So we were down a tiny bit. Some of that was due to the cold. While the library never closed due to the cold, it meant that some of the classes that come and visit us were unable to do so because they didn't have school on the day they were scheduled to come see us. In January, we had 412 attendees at our programs. So that can include our play groups at the library, our book clubs at the library. We had the Leslie Science and Nature Center in. It also includes our youth services librarian, Miss Chrissy, who goes out to the schools and to the daycare centers and reads there as well. So that's our statistics. In February, we had play group every Tuesday and Thursday at 9:15 a.m. We had Cozy Tales in the evening, so if you're unable to make it during the daytime, we did have Cozy Tales in the evening for the little ones. We had 3 book groups. We do have a youth book group now for ages 8 to 12, so that's new. That just started in January, and that'll run through April, I believe. We have an adult gaming group that happens monthly. We'd love to have you come out and see us. It's happening this Sunday from 2 to 7 on our lower level. We have lots of snacks, lots of games. Come in, drop in. We'd love to see you for that. I'm trying to think what else we got. Oh, on March 21st, local children's author Danielle Camera is going to be at the library. And she's going to have the book that she published there. She's going to do a reading. We're going to have a craft for the little ones, maybe some snacks. So we love to see that happening too, a local person who has had a book published. So that is March 21st at 10:30 a.m. So that's coming up. We have weekend play group this Saturday. So again, if during the day, during the week doesn't work for you and your little one, we have one on Saturday. And that is at 10 a.m. I do want to mention the Monroe County Library System, one county, one read for this year. During the month of March, there's stuff happening all over Monroe County. The book that was chosen this year is The Art Thief by Michael Finkel. It is about a gentleman who over the span of about 6 years stole over 200 pieces of art from museums throughout Europe, and they were valued at about $1 billion. So it is a very quick read. It's really interesting getting into the mind of this man that was able to do that. I won't give away the ending of whether they caught him. But the author is also going to be here in Monroe County on March 25th at the Lazy Boy Center on the Monroe County Community Campus. So if you're interested in that, come in. There's all sorts of events happening. And then the last one that I keep talking about because I really like this continued. This is the first year that we've ever done this. We partnered with the Accounting Aid Society. If your household makes $70,000 or less, you can get free tax services. We're gonna have it at the Dundee Library one more time on March 31st from 2:30 to 6:30 p.m. It's free. All you gotta do is qualify with that household income. Stop in the library, we'll help you get an appointment. We'll also give you a list of all the things that you need to bring with you to make that happen. If the 31st doesn't work for you, they will also be at the Frenchtown branch, they will be at the Ellis branch, and they will be at the Petersburg branch. And I think that's everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job. Jennifer, can we have a copy of that calendar of events to put up? Or is that your only one?
No, I
Okay,
have more at the
I like it,
library.
thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Assessing department, I can say that the Board of Review did finish their meetings today. I haven't got any official numbers of how many meetings they have with residents, but, that is forthcoming. I was, a part of those yesterday afternoon and, all day today, so, interesting process. I was glad I got to learn that. Building department, is Mr. Cole here? Fire department, we've had training tonight.
Yeah, Chief said training, and they've just been swamped. There's been a lot of fire calls and mutual aid that they're running out to, so.
Treasure Rose.
Just trying to get started on our settlement with the county. They are the first, sounds like they're the first county to switch to the cloud for BSNA, which is happening right now, so our settlement's pushed back a little bit, but the deadline of the 31st has not switched, so we're hoping to get that done soon. And that's about it for now.
Supervisor Charter, I really don't have a report related to new business. I'm just getting my legs under me, and I appreciate all the help I get from the board, so going forward, I may have a report. Trustee Gary Lizette.
A couple things in response to Jennifer's request. We have received 3 different quotes for painting the library, first floor, lower level, and stairway. We will be addressing that at our next meeting. I've been waiting for months for the emergency management system in this county to let us know that the sirens throughout the county, primarily the ones in Dundee Township, have been replaced or upgraded. Apparently, they've had a lot of personnel changes at county emergency management. They've been fixed since August, but nobody bothered to put the message out like they told us they were gonna do. So, you don't have to listen to the radio as much as you did, because the sirens are up and running. I listened to the village meeting online, and there was a discussion about a township resident that needed water hooked to their duplexes, which led me to print off the water franchise agreement. That agreement was signed in 2000, and it was good for 30 years. Needless to say, we've got a lot on our plate now with the data center. That's our primary focus. But we are gonna have to start negotiating before 2030 to get this franchise agreement modified, re-evaluated, whatever. Anyway, that's all I have.
Gary. Clerk Seismer.
Nothing to report at this time.
Trustee Miles.
Nothing at this time.
Trustee Jaworski.
Yes. The cemeteries, there's a sign out there that says everything must be picked off the ground by March 15th and cannot be put back until April 1st. Those hoppers out there are chock full. I would hope that whoever takes that stuff out there and puts it on the graves would take it with them when they leave. It's really not our responsibility to clean that up. You should be taking it. We have to pay somebody to do that. The hoppers are chock full right now, and there's a lot of stuff. Our mowing man will be out there on the 15th. I talked to him last night, or the 16th, and anything on the ground, anything tripods, wreaths, grave blankets, it's going. Anything on top of the stones stays. So, I'm just telling you what's gonna happen, and what I would hope you would do is pick up your things that you brought there and take them, and you can put them back out there April 1st. But every year we have this, and Summerfield had theirs in the paper about this, the cemetery cleanup. We did not. But tell your friends, tell your neighbors.
The veteran stars,
Oh, those stay,
those stay.
those stay. Yeah. I'm talking about flowers, pots, wreaths, those things stay.
Are you proposing a motion to put it in the paper or no?
To do what? No, it's too late.
Oh,
No.
yeah, it's coming up soon, okay.
No, it's too late.
In the future, would you like it?
Yes, we
I was
should.
told that because you guys paid to have those signs put up on the gates, that you no longer advertise for it.
That is not my understanding. That came from someone else. I don't know anything about that. I know every year we have the same problem. They bring it out, they leave it, or they fill those hampers, then we have to pay somebody to clean it. Those hampers should be taken away. We are not responsible for cleaning up behind people. It costs a lot of money. That cemetery costs the township, there's 3 of them, and it costs a lot of money to maintain them, mow them, and at least the people that take their stuff out there could take it back when they're done. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mrs. Jaworski. Trustee Horky.
Nothing at this time, thank you.
Okay. Moving on to old business, website proposals. I believe we have that in our binder. Of the vendors that have submitted RFQs for our website.
Mr. Supervisor. Yes, sir. I would move to accept Mr. Tim Miles' 1A proposition for $3,500, hosted and paid by the township, maintenance available at $50 an hour on demand.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to accept proposal 1A from Mr. Miles for $3,500 one-time fee and a $50 per hour on-demand, maintenance fee.
That is for 1 year.
Discussion?
I'll support that.
Now discussion, sorry. Now discussion.
So would that continue on with, like, the township, we'd make the changes to the website like we always did before, like, post up, or we're maintaining it ourselves, correct?
Yes, so I would go.
As far as content, the employees would, or the clerk and such would do that. As
Yes.
far as the on-demand stuff, that's like doing upgrades or changing or fixing
Okay,
the website.
but like the main information is gonna come from, in the offices here.
Yeah,
Okay.
just like it's been going.
I just wanna make sure I understood.
So this motion is simply for your one-time fee, Mr. Miles, to host it, develop it, and then maintenance at $50 an hour.
I wouldn't host it, I would be moving it to a different hosting,
Okay,
because there are more secure hosting providers than the one that I'm currently providing for this one. The only other thing that we would have to decide, which we don't have to decide tonight, would be, do we wanna keep it as a .info or change it to like a .org, and that's something we can do at a subsequent meeting.
okay, and this would not be a proprietary website?
It would not be proprietary, nothing about it would be proprietary.
Okay, so we could take it with us?
It belongs to the township, and
Okay.
you could fire me without even any notice.
At-will employee, an at-will employee.
And then,
Absolutely.
with this motion, the township would have the rights to put guardrails around, as we just spoke about, where just the office clerk or treasurer hosts content. Your company would be responsible for posting content, is that my understanding?
That would be right.
Okay. Further discussion?
Yes, I have checked with the MTA, there's been some discussion about people on board doing other things and getting compensated for it. The MTA, the Michigan Township Association, says that's perfectly fine, as long as you went through the proper procedures, you put it out for bids, you're being transparent. Like, we all know that word, transparent. And we did it. And Mr. Miles, his bid is $1,200 under the closest one. So, and we've kicked this can down the road long enough. And I'm done.
I would like to say that Tim did take our old website and transfer it to what it is now, free of charge, just so we didn't have to keep paying our yearly costs to the LAA that we were signed up with before. So he did that all on his free will, helped us out. It's been wonderful to deal with him, and I update the website. Obviously, I'm not the only one. Besides Tim, I call him and be like, hey, I'm having trouble. Can you do this for me? And he's right on it, so it's been a nice, smooth transition.
And it does look great.
It does, the
Yeah.
website looks very nice. This $3,500 versus the $1,500, number one, what's the difference between those two?
A couple of differences. First of all, the 1,500, I would just be upgrading what's there now. There would be no visual changes, the only thing I would be doing would be adding the ADA, the American Disability Act and the Section 508 so that it would be compliant, which it is not now. But I wouldn't be making any other changes to the actual function or the what's called user interface. With this other one, first I would be moving it to a more secure host. We could go from .info to .org, which is what I would recommend, but that's up to you guys. And gonna make some improvements. One of the things that'll be most noticeable as far as visually is concerned is that okay picture of the firehouse now, which is a little blurry because you had to expand it to get it in the header there. What I'm gonna try to do is to create a slideshow of photographs that residents have submitted to where we can have 5 or 6 different photographs that people are gonna give to us, and the board here can choose which ones we like the best. So it'll be a little bit prettier and a little bit nicer, and then there'll be some improvements as far as the user interface too, that are not gonna be visible to the people, but that are gonna make it work a little bit better. And it'll also have the ADA and the Section 508 compliant.
I believe one of the local photographers, when we were first switching to the company we left, the prior supervisor had spoken to them and they sent a file of photos around Dundee, that they said we could potentially use, so I could get those to you guys.
Okay. Well, I was gonna put it out, maybe put it on Facebook or something, and invite people to submit it, and then we can put some kind of a credit someplace on the website to where they can also, be proud of their contribution, so.
I like that.
It would be a nice community involvement.
Further discussion? Okay, to recap, we have a motion on the floor and seconded to accept 1A proposal from Timothy Miles for $3,500 per year to host to develop the website.
Yeah.
And then $50 per hour on demand only when needed for maintenance. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Motion passed. Okay, moving on to new business, Monroe County Road Commission contract. Couple of things with this. We will start with the first thing that's in your binder. Monroe County Road Commission has submitted to us bids for road work for 2026. I spoke with them today to confirm that what is in our books here is the latest. This is what they recommend. They do the study on the roads. They actually have a computer system that does that based on when the last maintenance was and their assessment of the roads. So they are requesting us to approve contracts in the total amount to the township would be $551,309. And the Monroe County Road Commission share out of that would be $35,000, bringing the total to $588,980 for road maintenance in 2026. This money would come from our, road millage fund, to pay for the 2026.
What should we have in there at this time?
I just handed out a copy for review, of the January snapshot. The ending treasurer's balance for January 31st for roads is 1.8 million.
So we'd be using just a small piece of that then.
You're looking for a motion right now?
And do we have a motion to contract with Monroe County Road Commission for the work that's listed on the sheet for a total to the township of $551,309?
So moved.
Support.
Motion and support to enter into contracts with the Monroe County Road Commission for road maintenance totaling $551,309. Any discussion?
They will have to provide us with contracts according to the slips.
Yes, that is correct.
They'll send them over,
Sign them and
We'll
we
sign.
will sign and
We'll
send
sign.
back, yes.
So this, it's my understanding that this, if this motion passes, that is approval for the supervisors to sign those contracts and send them back to the road commission.
I've been in works with Joyce,
Okay.
and you have as well,
Mhm.
you know, both of us have, and I told her it was on the agenda tonight, so hopefully we could have something voted on and approved to be able to send to her saying, yes, go ahead and get them started.
They're making their maintenance schedule, so it's filling up quick.
We don't wanna be left out on that.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. One more thing on roads that I do have is I spoke to Matt Snell, who is the chief engineer, and, not last year, but in previous years, we have submitted, for a grant for the Bragg Road Bridge. Last year, the board decided to take a year off. It is a fund matching, grant with the state. And the Monroe County is allotted 3 contracts or 3 programs per year. Ash Township already has one for this year. So tonight is just information for the board because these contracts or this submission does not happen until October of each year. However, for the board's consideration over the next couple months, this bridge engagement with the state, the township would have to pay for engineering costs and construction costs, plus a minimum of 5% matching funds for the actual construction. We can go more in discussion with board members. I've learned that the years that we did submit, we were upping the percentage match and trying to entice the state to award us this grant. So, talking to Mr. Snell, rough figure numbers for this board and for our planning purposes, it ends up about 80-20 cost split with the state. So he didn't have exact numbers from our last submission. He is going to forward me that last submission, so we do have it. But we can look in the neighborhood of $500,000 to $700,000 for that if in September we choose to enter into it and Monroe County chooses to enter our grant for us. So a couple of information, we had 1.7 in the road millage budget.
What did I say, 1.8?
1.8, we just spent 550,000, so we still have about 1.2, little 1.2 in there, and you haven't collected taxes on the road millage for this year yet?
We have, this was just what
Okay.
was taken in, through January. February, we get a lot also.
Okay.
So I'll have that at the next one, but we'll be.
So for our planning purposes, there is that potential opportunity that we will revisit this fall. So I have on roads. Okay, for the revised agenda, we will now enter into the second public comment. I'm sorry?
Committee.
No, we still have
Commission
the-
committee.
Oh,
Commission
I
discussion.
did, I forgot to add that, I'm so sorry, thank you. For the revised, agenda, we have an idea to develop a board committee to review the planning commission applications. and make a recommendation to the supervisor, for filling the 3 vacant spots. Is that correct?
I know in the past, for certain situations, it was supervisor clerk and myself that did some interviews. I would not be opposed to that if we could bring them in. But just something to get a little bit more background information, it can go a little smoother of an appointment process. And, because we have the 3 seats, so, that's it, and then just propose to you, and then the board will make the motion for whoever to approve.
Could I ask to give up my spot to someone else?
Oh, no, I'm not making a motion for you to be there, I
Okay.
just meant in the past, it's been us 3, because we were here,
Yeah.
so I don't care.
The big 3,
Yeah.
Would you be interested in taking my spot?
why not?
One more thing I can count on you for.
I used to be on the planning commission.
I know, that's
so-
why I would prefer, and my workload's kind of heavy right now, so if you
Yeah, I
would
can
do that,
Sure.
okay. Yeah.
So who are the 3?
We haven't had a motion yet. We're in discussion of supervisor, trustee Lizette, and treasurer Ost. I would entertain a motion as such.
Make that one, of those 2.
I'll support.
We have a motion and a support to develop a board committee made up of supervisor, trustee Lizette, and treasurer Ost to interview the applicants for the planning commission and make a recommendation to the supervisor for appointment. Discussion? No. Discussion? We had discussion? We discussed that already?
Sort of did, yeah.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Now we'll enter into the public comment. Limited to 4 minutes. Any additional public comment? Any additional board comments?
Yeah, I would like to speak, I think it was very much overseen at our last meeting that there was very limited thanks given to Art Bronson and Dave Sedler, and even Diane Reese for, especially Art and Dave, for all their years of commitment for the planning commission. It was hard to see them go. I think Gary and I tried hard to, keep them to stay, but, did not go as planned, so I do wanna put it out there and make sure that they are thanked for all their years of service, so it's unfortunately, again, overseen at our last meeting, so I really wanna make that be known.
I'd like to add to that, I talked to Carla about this. In the years past, when certain people resigned or moved on, we came up with a certificate that was framed to honor their service to their many years of service to the township. And I think we should pursue that, especially for Art and Dave, for 30+ years that each one of those gentlemen contributed their time to the betterment of the community. And I think we should recognize that with a certificate in a frame and present it to them somehow. But I'm suggesting that.
I like that.
It's a great idea.
Okay, too. It's not anything that needs a motion, right? It's something we can just do.
We just do it internally.
Very good, good idea.
I guess piggybacking on planning commission, so typically the planning commission meets every 3rd Wednesday of the month. Right now we have enough for a quorum, and we do have one of the members that's willing to run the meeting if needed. I know they're still reviewing the documents that we're giving to them. The ad hoc committee is going to be meeting, so they don't have anything from them yet to actually discuss. And given that we haven't had any other items that need decisions on, the odds are the planning commission meeting is gonna be canceled for this month. Just to give them time to continue reviewing and hopefully have a full board when we meet the next time. So just letting everyone know that we're probably gonna cancel that. So,
Any other board member comments? I do have some. I'd like to take this time and recognize this board of trustees, the clerk, deputy clerk treasurer, deputy treasurer, for their unwavering commitment to Dundee Township. During the recent vacancy in the supervisor position, each of these individuals stepped forward to ensure this township continued to operate smoothly. From the demanding work preparing the budget, the draft budget was well on track, to the day-to-day responsibilities of running the township. This team has demonstrated exceptional dedication to Dundee Township and its residents. As I transition into this role as supervisor, their commitment continues. They work to bring me up to speed, very professional in a teamwork environment, and dedicated to public services are evident in everything they do. The residents of Dundee Township are very fortunate to have such a dedicated group representing them. So on behalf of myself and the community, I want to sincerely thank each one of you.
Thank you.
Okay, any additional board comments?
Oh yes, welcome, by the way.
Thank you.
You've done a fine job tonight.
All right, motion to pay bills in the amount of $34,821.81.
So
I
moved.
move that we pay the bills in the amount of $34,821.81.
Support.
Motion and support to pay the bills in the amount of $34,821.81. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Motion to adjourn.
Support.
Well, hold on. A lot of the public wasn't here to know that we're having another budget workshop on the 19th at 5, so just,
At 5?
I thought that was at 5.
Yes.
3:19 at 5.
Yes.
Okay, then we can.
Now can we adjourn?
Yes, sir.
So support.
Yeah.
Roll call on that, or no? Okay.
No.
Resolution.
Oh, yeah.
All in favor?
Yes, all in favor, thank you.